Okay, just got to Bethel barely in time for the meeting. There was a slow mover on the road ahead of us. Normal Vermont protocol is that if there is a slow car, if you're the slow car and someone comes up behind you, pull over as soon as you can, let them by, and then continue at your own pace. It's a good idea. This is the recently renovated Bethel Town Hall. They worked on it for quite some time, and it's a beauty of a thing. Wow, this is upscale compared to what we've got.
That's nice. Someone cleaned it up.
Wow.
Where are you from?
Gaysville. Sorry. That's okay.
Okay, if you go down to River Street, you'll see.
Oh, this is.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if there's a restaurant. There is. Lovely. Hey, how's it going?
Let me just start by saying that I have never been prouder to be a Vermonter than I have been over the last 5 days. To Bethel, to every community around us, there are no people that are more selfless, more giving, more generous, more kind, with bigger hearts than the people of the state of Vermont. And I just want to give you a hand for everything that you're doing to help us get through it. And Senator McCormick, Representative Haas, the entire team that's worked so hard in this county, I just want to say we got a message for old Irene. You're messing with the wrong people. We're going to come back stronger than the way you found us, and we're going to come back that way because we're working together, community by community, taking care of each other. So don't ever think you'll get the better of us, because we're going to get the better of you. And we will. Now listen.
In helping Ultramotive, we employ 28 families. So as we look at you, each is a family. We have 28 of them, Governor. And what we need right now is we need an official that can tell us we're doing the right thing. We know how to clean. We've moved more mud down there than you can ever imagine. With 3.5 feet or 3.5 inches of mud throughout that building, we're going to need. And I'd like to ask right now, although the gentleman had to leave, and thank God we have him.
Yes.
But is there an opportunity when we get all the mud that we can scrape out of there, that we can use a hose from the fire department to come in and hook up to the outside, bring it in, and hose the floor, because and it's an impossible task if we don't get some help in that respect.
Absolutely. So what you need is the equipment to do it, or the...
We need permission probably for the city to allow that to be done. I don't know who controls that.
Just go do it.
I'm just bringing it up.
Yeah.
Do it. Go do it. Come on, you got my permission.
Yeah.
Really, we got to listen, because that brings a really good point up. We got to use our good old Vermont common sense. This is a crisis. If you got a question like that, get the hose, spray it down.
Well, we got to get to that
we'll help
hydrant. That's what I need.
Okay.
Don't worry, we can man it.
Okay.
We've got our workers have already willing to come in and work. As long as it takes, they're already there.
I told you, we've lifted the bureaucracy. Go in there and get the gravel out, put it back in the roads, and we'll do a lot of planning for the future in the coming months. But first thing we got to do is just get our roads back, get our bridges back, get the houses rebuilt, and that's where we got to start.
They're doing a great job of getting everything back.
Yeah.
But it's huge what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The gravel that's in, I'm familiar with the Gilead Brook.
Yeah.
The gravel that's in that brook is mind-boggling. I don't know where you're going to put it all.
Well, we got some roads to build, so we'll start there.
I just got to add something to what Ernie just said, because this is happening a lot, not just on our road, but elsewhere. Our local folks are telling us, shh, please don't tell. Because they know what to do to fix it, but it's like there's this war between our state government and our locals.
Right.
I'm a proud servant of state government, and every person here, it's my fault that you don't have internet and telecommunications I'm sorry. I'm doing my best for you, though. I'll take it up later. Please help me out now. But that is the mentality that we're
Right.
struggling
Well, that's why I'm trying to send the clearest signal that I can. I am state government. I'm here to tell you, get to your local transportation manager, your road foreman, have he or she call in the section of brook. We'll get it approved. If it's not approved, call my office, but we'll get it done.
What was the question, please?
It just, yeah, there you go. See that guy Bill Loki right there? Are you the road foreman?
I am the town manager and the director.
All right, we'll talk to Bill, but the question is about extracting
Every
gravel.
contractor has been given your message, Governor.
Great.
They're performing that very thing, and they've been told to keep going.
Way to go. Here's the answer right there. He's going to keep digging until he gets it all out, right?
But they're also, sir,
What's that?
Been doing that since it flooded.
Thank you. We appreciate your good work. Give these guys a hand. They're doing a hell of a job. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Governor, I have to follow up one more thing. We're also being told that we have to bear the expense personally for people to go into that brook to get the gravel. And what Ernie's trying to point out is that getting the gravel out of the brook is a public policy concern. And Kelly and I are not wealthy people. We can't just...
Now, wait, before you go any further, any of this work related to the flood
Yes, sir.
qualifies for the federal grant that the president has given us. It means that we will get 75 cents for every dollar from the federal government, and we will split the 25 cents between the town and the state. So keep receipts, keep track of what you're doing, keep track of the hours, it will all get reimbursed.
It's just, sir, I've been told that the brook...
Well, I'm here to tell you the way it'll really work.
The brook has jumped from public land to private property, and I've been told that because it's on private property, public resources can't go on my property, even though
Okay,
I'm
well,
willing to give waivers.
why don't you
to get
work
it off.
with the town manager?
He's the one who told her that.
And with Bill Loki, my chief of staff.
That's who's telling them, the select board and the town.
They're the problem.
Calm down, we'll get it cleared up.
Yes,
That's all I'm
That man back
saying.
there.
We're all working with the information we have. Stay calm, we'll get through this together, we'll get it cleared up. The fact of the matter is, if there's gravel, public gravel from public roads in private brooks, it will be reimbursed to go in and dig it out. Yes.
I'm on Research and I'm on Campbrook Road, and we've lost our house because it's not livable. So since we have nothing, since the insurance probably isn't going to pay us anything, we're just trying to cut costs by shutting off things. So you call Comcast and they want their receiver back, and you call Dish Network and they want their receiver back, or they're going to charge you $400. Do people even know what we're going through? You know,
Right.
we're trying to...
It makes you wonder. I've
And you're
heard that.
ready to wait forever on the line, only to be transferred you to someone else who doesn't give a damn because they've got a policy to follow.
Listen, before you go any further, we are contacting, they don't know what's going on, because they're big, they're in Bhopal, India or somewhere.
Right.
So the fact of the matter is, that's the world we live in. But we're going to be contacting all of the major carriers in Vermont and telling them that they've got to reimburse for service the day the storm hit and you lost your service. And we'll work together with you on that. If they tell you they want servers and stuff, tell them to pump the water and dig it out.
Yeah. Right on.
Right back there in the yellow shirt.
Everybody needs to come out so we can get back on their feet. There's no question infrastructure needs to get back in place.
Can you speak up a little? I'm sorry.
Yeah, everybody needs some help to get back on their feet as soon as possible, and infrastructure needs to be up to snuff too. But we also have to be thinking long term. And to my accounting, the reality of climate change is surpassing the predictions. And I don't see this as being a once-in-a-century event. We're supposed to have flooding tomorrow. I'm wondering if the state could, in an effort to be as progressive as they always have been, consider a possibility of a voluntary switch for people that live in hazardous land. They could switch with state forest, town forest or something, and let that land grow up in forest along those waterways so it can help mitigate floods in the future.
It's a great point. You're a few weeks ahead of us, to be honest. I mean, we're doing crisis management here, and we got more crisis management due to we get everyone back to their homes and roads are up and bridges and all that. But I can assure you that as a governor in this country, the only one who talked about climate change in my inaugural address and warned of the perils that lie ahead, that this is an example of what lies ahead for us. And as we rebuild our infrastructure, we will do what they did in 1938, learn from the experience, listen to the experts. There's no doubt in my mind that we're going to see more of this in the future, and therefore every single infrastructure investment that we make must be geared towards a reality of a climate that's going to get more violent storms delivered to Vermont, Costa Rica style rather than Vermont style, in a form that's more violent, more intense, and much tougher to deal with. And we will, you have my solemn oath, that we will be planning, thinking, talking, and looking at all the assumptions that we've made so that we can plan better for a stronger Vermont. Balcony, yes. The blue.
My name is Leslie Peeler. This is my husband Michael, and this is Dietrich Feeney, and we live on River Street. I'm going to try to get through this without falling apart. We were one of the houses, probably one of the only houses that survived the 27 flood. We weren't so lucky. When we walked around the corner Monday morning, I saw their house teetering on a foundation, couldn't find mine. Not only the garage is gone, our boat is gone, our mudroom's gone, all our keepsakes are gone, but somehow the top floor of my house is now sitting somehow on the bottom floor of my house. We're living in a war zone. First, before I get into some things that I'm concerned about, I want to thank this community. I have never seen anything like this in my life. People coming out of the woodwork. If it wasn't for the families and our neighbors that we have, we would not have survived because we didn't know to get out. And the older people around us didn't know to get out. Everybody's banded together. People are showing up on our site. What can I do? I don't know what to be more overwhelmed with. The gratitude and the love and the hands and feet of God that have been in and out of our properties, or the tragedy that we've suffered. You know, I know we're going to rise above this. Here's my concern. Communication sucked, okay, to put it mildly.
Yep.
I know many people are concerned about cell phone towers. There's nothing more frightening than knowing that your kids are stuck up on Bethel Mountain with your 3 grandkids, and I have no way to get a hold of them, and they can't get in or out. Then to find out how I can call the insurance companies and have no service where we are. Trying to find people in Rochester, I mean, this is ridiculous. This is 2011, okay? We need to wake up because there are lives that are at stake because of this lack of communication. The second thing, what about evacuation plan? Who knew to do what? The only way we knew to evacuate was to go out and walk out in our backyard and see the river rising 2 feet in a half hour, 20 minutes. And then it come around in a way that we never expected it to. And thank God Dietrich's husband is a state trooper because he gave us the word. Central here Friday. I knew nothing about it until Friday, and it's amazing. But it would have been wonderful on Monday to know what was going on. So, and I understand we're not always hit with tragedies like this, but again, we're not living in a bubble. Okay, we know that things can happen, even if it's a horrible nor'easter, climate change or no climate change. Okay, so what I'm asking is that we start really looking at what we're doing for communication, whether we do a phone tree for the school to make sure that people know not to put their kids on buses. But we have older people who didn't know to get out of their homes. We have people that have been stuck here and then everywhere. People that we haven't been able to find in Gaysville because, you know, now hopefully they're there because there's no cell service. So please, I'm begging of you to put something in place so that communication in Vermont is more solid and we don't lose lives. We were very lucky.
I appreciate it. Thanks for your time. I'm going to just make